Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for July 7th, 2024. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me. This is the national update for the lower 48 United States, a general overview of weather, what you can expect today and tomorrow. Now, right now, we have a general overview. We have showers riding along a trough to the north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the Red River area, bringing heavy rain into the Oklahoma City area and up I-44 towards Tulsa and Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, as well as extending east of Wichita as well. This band of showers is non-severe, but it is bringing heavy rain so far. Now, there is showers also in western Kansas and the High Plains, going I-70 heading back towards Denver, and the eastern Colorado High Plains, and southern Nebraska along their interstate there from Kearney all the way back to North Platte, Nebraska, Interstate 80, and heading towards Cheyenne, Wyoming. There's showers also in Iowa. This is extending east of Des Moines, Iowa. So if you're coming along I-80 there, Des Moines, between Des Moines and Iowa City, heading toward the Quad Cities of Davenport there, you want to be careful there. Some showers extending over towards just north of Rockford, heading into Rockford, Illinois there. So if you're heading out of Chicago, heading toward Rockford, be very careful. These showers here, thunderstorms here, are coming, looking very impressive line there. So most of the showers are in the center of the country, in the I-35 corridor all the way up, and that's including all the way up to Canadian border here. We see some showers around International Falls, Minnesota. Now, elsewhere, of course, we have Beryl that we talked about earlier. That's forecast to become a Category 1 hurricane hitting the Texas coast by early tomorrow morning. But before that, we have some outer shower bands affecting southeast Houston Bay and Galveston Bay, also Louisiana. Showers affecting Louisiana, just north of Alexandria and heading toward I-20 here towards Monroe, Louisiana, and Shreveport. Jackson, Mississippi also getting light rain now, of course, I-20. So be careful if you're coming down I-20, 59 there out of Alabama. Some showers there. Some big popcorn showers in Florida here with a disturbance associated with a trough disturbance underneath the high pressure there, that could bring showers down to South Miami and Homestead, and a few pop-up showers in North Carolina here in Richmond. These showers continue south of Richmond here on 95, so be careful heading down to Petersburg and Richmond area, and 95 and 295 around by the airport there. And as far as in 64 as well, heading toward Yorktown and between Richmond and Norfolk there as well. Elsewhere across on the western side of the country, we have clear but just hot conditions in the southwest and in the Pacific Northwest. You can see the temperatures here. We're under a big dome of high pressure. Usually the jet stream retreats further north and allows the heat to build in the states, and we've seen that. But a little bit of a cool down you can see in the places where the showers in the central part of the country. 79 in Wichita, Kansas, 76 in Kansas, 83 degrees, 90 degrees in Oklahoma City. A little bit rain cool in those areas, obviously, and we can see that and clearly depicted in our current maximum temperatures for the day. The hazards for the day. Listen, we have a bunch of heat out west. That's the big story, other than the tropical story that's happening in Texas. We have a bunch of heat that places that don't usually get this hot. The high deserts, the low deserts of California, the Central Valley of California, all the way up on the 99 from Fresno all the way up to Tracy, Stockton, Chico, Redding, Weed. All of these areas are extremely hot, and they will be hot for the remainder of this weekend. So excessive heat advisories in pink and heat advisories in the mountain areas. Lake Tahoe, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Put the sunscreen, UV, because it's going to be hot. Heat advisories all the way up Tahoe down to Mammoth Mountain and all the areas there. And Vegas and California, hot, extreme hot. As well as the Four Corners area, extremely hot in pink and orange. All these are noting heat warnings and heat advisories. Now, we also have a flash flood warning that's continuing for southwest corners of Idaho and northeast corners of Nevada for heavy rain that they got previously. And that's leading to some flash flooding up in those canyons and some of those high mountain passes, the Sawtooth Mountains and all of that. So be very careful if you're heading out there. Now, in the center of the country, we have the flood watch and the flood warnings here that's extended. Now, this is for western Oklahoma. So it includes Oklahoma City, Norman, Ada, Oklahoma, down toward the Red River Valley here, and out westward toward Enid, Oklahoma. So we have flash flood warnings and flash flood watches in Oklahoma and in Kansas, southern Kansas here. We don't want to forget you too as well. So be very careful if you're going out. Rain is currently falling here. And I'm going to switch over to the radar here. And of course, we have flash flood warnings here on I-45, heading toward, if you're heading out towards College Station or north of College Station, and those areas, Tyler, and those counties east of DFW. Be very careful. There's a flash flood watch in effect as the tropical system begins to come in sometime early tomorrow morning. Tropical Storm Beryl or Hurricane Beryl forecast to be. So just keep that in mind. Now, switching over to the radar here. I want to show you the showers here. These are non-severe, but as I put them in motion here, you can see they are affecting Oklahoma City, Norman area, out towards Henrietta. I-40, I-35 could be a mess right now, but it's Sunday, so traffic should be light. That's good news. And heading up toward I-44 to Tulsa, Bixby, Seatuk, and Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Heavy rain here, non-severe, but you can see these storms are starting to bow out, so they may have some gusty winds here as these storms continue to bow out to the east here. And you can see they're moving in a general fashion here. They're moving pretty slowly, too, so that leads to rainfall building up very fast here because the rainfall rates could be anywhere from half an inch an hour to up to an inch an hour. They're only moving east-northeast at 16 knots. Some of these cells here, they're not moving that fast. And so because some of these storms are not moving that fast, they're beginning to bow echo out here. So they may get some gusty winds into Lamar, Oklahoma, Wetumpka, Henrietta, along I-40 there as well. And so, and down towards Pauls Valley, Oklahoma too as well. So you can see these showers here are moving in. Heavy to moderate rain depicted by the yellow and the deep oranges here. And then we have a little bit of a bow echo here. So there's a little bit of a gusty wind, strong winds, maybe a little outflow boundary trying to form up north here toward Claremore and Tulsa. But just be very careful with this heavy rain here in the morning as you make your commute from church or from brunch or from another outing out here in Oklahoma City, Norman, Tulsa area as well, and up toward North Bartlesville. Kansas, the same thing in your radar. You're seeing a lot of showers there as well in southern Kansas as we continue to see these showers here. So if we take a look at the Topeka and the Wichita, Kansas radar here, we can see that we have some showers here to the south, a few showers here down in southern Kansas on the Wichita radar here. So be very careful. These showers are non-severe, but they may include lightning and a few gusty winds here, as you can see around Independence, Kansas, just to the southeast of Wichita, and Howard, Kansas, as these storms continue. Now, these storms are moving a little bit faster, north-northeast at 32 knots, so you want to be careful. These storms are quick moving, putting down quick rains here. Let's see if we can switch to another radar here. Let's go to the Dodge City, Kansas radar here. And there it is right there. There's those popcorn showers here in the southwestern corner of Kansas. They continue on, and these are fast movers. These contain a little bit of hail as they entered out of, they ride the upslope there, downwind of eastern Colorado here on the border. So this cell here has half-inch hail, and this is just to the west of Garden City, Kansas, out on the border between Kansas and Colorado. And so this cell is moving south of Garden City, Dodge City. So be very careful if you're in that area as well. Over toward the center of the country, we have the Quad Cities radar. Let's take a look at that. And here's the rain that I told you that's coming towards that area. Davenport and the Quad Cities. This will be here in about another hour and 30 minutes your time, Central Time. So Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Davenport, and the Quad Cities. This batch of rain here is coming, non-severe, but it's coming with lightning and a bunch of heavy downpours for that area. And also Rockford area. You can see up here in Rockford area, this cell is producing a little bit of hail. So if you're in Beloit, Wisconsin, just on the border, north of Rockford there, and 290 and 90, be very careful. Roscoe, Poplar Grove, Timberland, this cell is producing 0.5-inch hail. And it's coming your way, non-severe, not up to the severe limits, but producing hail. So you may put some hail, protect your vehicles, protect everything that you have inside, because it's producing, a half-inch size hail there for that cell in Janesville, Beloit, and Rockford, Illinois district there as well. So, and it may try to hold together and get into some of the northern suburbs of Chicago, like Kenosha and Waukegan and North Chicago there. So we'll see what happens with that as it continues on here. But that's what's going on a lot of the radars here. Most of the rain, like I said, is confined to the central part of the country. Hot everywhere else, hot and dry everywhere else. And then we have the tropical issues that we talked about earlier in the tropical update with Tropical Storm Burrow, forecast to become Category 1. Let's take one more look at one more radar here. We're going to look at the Minnesota radar here and see if we have those showers up there above the Canadian border there and toward International Falls. And there is some showers here that's pushing into Canada and pushing into the northern border of Minnesota here. So if you're in Crane Lake, Gabina, Fort Francis, those areas, Ely, Lutsen, and Grand Marquis, Minnesota, be very careful. There's some great rotation on here, some heavy showers here that could produce rainfall rates of a half-inch an hour as it pushes into Canada here from Minnesota here. And non-severe warned, but these are moving faster, so they won't drop as much rain. But however, they could have lightning and gusty winds here as this circulation wraps into Canada here from Minnesota. So this has been a Weather Guru update for the lower 48 United States here. No watches and warnings are present for the lower 48 at this time via radar scope, so that's good news at this point. But obviously we have those warnings heat warnings down south in the Sunbelt, and those tropical storm flood watches and flash flood warnings. All of that's covered in the check out my live update on Hurricane Burrow and Tropical Storm Burrow later on today, and the one from this morning for that update. So this has been the Weather Guru signing off here. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. I look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.